Well, you never know what's around the bend. A big adventure or a brand new friend. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I do truly appreciate it. It's been a while. I've been busy. I've been up on the mountain in the shack having a good time, but I'm back. I came back home to sunny Florida with a bunch of books waiting for me, and a couple are Suntup editions, numbered editions. Wow, can't wait. Exciting. One of them, the one I'm going to talk to you all about right now, if you're watching, if you're listening, is this one right here. One that I'm too excited for, called Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. Ever hear of him? Anyway, Blake Crouch and Dark Matter are an author and a book that I was introduced to by Suntup Editions. Great story. The rumor came out that one of their releases was going to be this book by this author, and I said, I need to see what that's like. So I got me a copy of Dark Matter. I read that book, and I was hooked. Dark Matter is awesome, bad to the bone, and it's a book that I probably would have never read. So it's hard to talk about this book without getting into spoilers, because it's pretty much spoiled early on. I've done videos talking about the book. I love the book. Phenomenal book. I went on to read Recursion and the Pines trilogy and other stuff by Blake Crouch, and he has not disappointed me yet. One of my very favorite authors. So, with that being said, let's talk about the Suntup Editions numbered edition of Dark Matter. I'm looking forward to it. There were 3 color options. The colors, 3 color options: purple, blue, and green. And I've got my secret preferences, and we'll see if they come true. I don't want to set myself up for too much disappointment. At first I thought maybe I'd have to get all 3, and then I thought maybe I'll try to get the color that I want the most. And at this point, I've kind of just settled into fate will decide what actually Paul Suntup, or whoever boxes these books up, will decide what I get, and I might just stick with what I get. We'll let it fate decide. But anyway, Dark Matter, and a lot of what Blake Crouch has written, it can be categorized as science fiction in a way, but he tends to write stuff that could be happening right now. So it's science and it's fiction, but it's either stuff that's set right now or very close to right now. And like I said, things that somebody in a lab could be doing these things as we speak. It could show up on the news and it wouldn't be a surprise. But let's take a look and see what color I got. Let's talk a little bit about what it is. So Suntup Editions books, they wrap this stuff up in very good cushioning, oversized boxes, and they pad them well, because Lord knows that sometimes in the shipping process, stuff can get abused, either accidentally or intentionally or blatantly can get abused. But Suntup Editions does great work, does their best to make sure that they're going to show up to me, the end user, the buyer, who wants it in great shape. Another cool thing about the Suntup Editions is the bookmark featuring artwork, and in this case, a novel by Blake Crouch, illustrations by Hilary Clark, and introduction by Andy Weir. Cool stuff here. And there's my bookmark. It does look good. I'll have to set that to the side. I put my bookmarks in these little... Eventually, I put my bookmarks in these little protectors. I get them on Amazon, and I stuff them right now into a Suntup Editions coffee cup, which you can get on Suntup Editions website. Suntup.press is what it says right there. Check it out. But here is what we came to see, what I came to see. I don't know about you, but I came to see this. Dark Matter, and I want to know, what color did I get? What color should I get? What's the best color? Purple, blue, green. What do you think? Anyway, I've already figured out what color it is, because I'm looking at the spine as I'm opening this. But let me get it out of the bag and first talk about this slipcase. This is an embossed slipcase. It is a little bit shiny, and the spine, dark matter, Suntup. Crouch, dark matter, Suntup. So for those of you who like to put these on the shelf the wrong way, that's what you're looking at. Suntup Editions is one of the best publishers at making the back of the slipcases look really good for the folks who like to put their books on the shelves backwards. For those of you who like to put the books on the shelves the correct ways, that's what it's going to look like. What color did I get? Can somebody tell me that? What color did I get? I'm bad with colors, but it looks to me like my hopes, dreams, and aspirations, my dreams did come true. My favorite, my preference in this case was blue, purple, then green. And I don't know if I ever even voiced a preference on color, but somehow I ended up getting one that I really, really wanted. Hey, Carter. Carter. Yeah. Is this blue or purple? This blue. Okay, thank you. Love you. Love you. And blue it is. Blue is the one I wanted, and that's the one I got. And if you're wondering, I'm colorblind, and I have a lot of trouble with blues and purples. And I was almost 100%ly sure I got a blue book, but I went and asked the resident expert, is this blue or purple? And he agreed with me. Blue it is. So I got the one I'm looking for. And let's take a little bit of a look at that. We got a leather spine. Nice. Feels good. Good feeling. Check it out. Feel it. Feels good. Quality leather. I don't know what kind of leather it is. And this is a Bradle binding. And what that is, it's easier to see it from the spine itself. Essentially, you've got these Japanese cloth covered boards, and the spine rolls over and under, and the boards are pressed on top of the spine. Suntup's done several books bound like that, and I love it. I think it's a great way to make a book, and I'm pleased with what they have done with Dark Matter. A phenomenal book. I strongly suggest you read it. It is terrific. Anyway, I love this book. Let's open it up and take a look here at our artwork on our end pages. The Hillary Clark artwork really is good. And I mentioned before, Blake Crouch books, if I'm going to tell you something about the book, I can't tell you much. Because usually within the first 30 pages or so, you start getting into spoiler territory. And it is better to read these books kind of going in with no prior knowledge at all. So I don't want to give out any more information than that. But like I said, I've talked about it before in other videos. Take a good look and see what you'll see. Illustrations by Hillary Clark. Introduction by Andy Weir, Suntup Editions, 2022. And it's shipped out in 2023. Just a beautiful book. It's printed offset on Cougar vellum paper. And I'm kind of flipping through to find a spot to show you what it looks like. So here you can see the color. You can see the text and the font and such as that. A kind of small printing for it. Not tiny, but kind of small. And it looks great. The paper feels nice. High quality paper. It's thick. Again, this ain't no trade paperback or trade edition book paper. This is good quality stuff. Next, I want to go back here and take a look and see my signature page because I like signed books. Signed books are better. I like signed limited editions. That's even better. And this numbered edition, numbered to 350 copies. This one is number 37. Signed in Poison by Blake Crouch, Hillary Clark, and Andy Weir. So some pretty cool signatures. Beautiful limited edition book. The end papers on the back are the same as the front. Excellent illustrated end papers. Let me go through here and find some of these interior illustrations. I believe I read 6 interior illustrations, Hillary Clark illustrations. And here's another one. Dark Matter is a lot of things, and among them is a love story. And it's a good one. It's a beautiful one. And this is a book I'm going to read again. Once I read it, I felt like I needed to go back. And without getting into spoilers, this was a book that had me most of the way through the book. It got to a point where I thought there was no way to come back. There was no way for this to end well. No way for this to be all sewn up in a satisfying way. And not only did Blake Crouch do it, but he did it in a way that almost had me slapping myself. Like, why didn't I think of that? But he did it anyway. Phenomenal book. Another great thing that I've noticed about Blake Crouch is he seems to be a fan of probably my favorite author that ever lived. That's F. Paul Wilson. He mentions him a lot of times in his books. Mentions in some way, whether naming somebody Dr. Wilson or talking about an F. Paul Wilson book or something like that. So that's another cool thing he's got going for him. He's got good tastes in what he likes to read. And there's the last of our illustrations here. Just a beautiful book. I was really excited to get this one in the mailbox, to get this one in my collection. I have to say, one of my favorite books. I've got a lot of favorite books, but this one has to be up there. And I'm going to say it's my favorite Blake Crouch book. I know a lot of folks think Recursion is his best, and they're not wrong. That's a phenomenal book. But I kind of feel like this one is my favorite of his books. But go out there and read Recursion. That's a phenomenal book, and I'd say one is barely better than the other, if it is at all. And just beautiful, excellent. And I can think of no more lies to tell. Thank you for your time. I do truly appreciate it. C'est la vie, baby. Doo-doo. You can't cash my checks. You can't feel my hunger. You can push me into the water, but you can't hold me under.